It's an exciting and growing cruise destination. We are cruising close to home on an 8-day expedition cruise of the Great Lakes, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin in the USA to Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada. Cruising aboard the Viking Octantis, it's one of two of Viking's newest class of ships, expedition ships, designed specifically to sail here in North America's inland seas. Viking's two expedition ships, the Viking Polaris and the Viking Octantis, are both sailing in the Great Lakes this summer on different itineraries throughout all 5 Great Lakes. Each ship carries about 400 guests and 250 crew members, plus a host of expedition toys, Zodiacs, kayaks, special operations boats, and even 2 submersibles that allow us to disembark the ship and explore the waters, coastlines, and communities along our Great Lakes route. Even though we're cruising in our own backyard, this cruise gives a whole new perspective on the Great Lakes, the world's largest freshwater ecosystem with 1/5 of the surface fresh water on the Earth. It's a new cruise paradise waiting to be discovered and experienced by ship, with the help of Viking's expedition team of scientists, geologists, historians, and other experts who share their knowledge with guests. We sail away from a revitalizing Milwaukee and its transforming waterfront on the western shores of Lake Michigan and cruise northeast to our first port of call, one of America's most famous islands, not just for the pastel-colored historic summer homes or its breezy resort atmosphere. They say if it moves on Mackinac, it's behind a horse. Cars have been banned on this island in Michigan for over a century, and during the vacation season, there are as many horses as permanent island residents. The entirety of Mackinac Island is a National Historic Landmark, and our Viking shore excursion takes us to its most renowned landmark, the Grand Hotel, where we get a history lesson standing on the longest porch in the world. An insider's design tour of the eclectic, maximalist jewel box rooms in exuberant colors, each one different from the other, and to top it off, an elegant afternoon tea surrounded by generations of memories of summer on the lake. Once we reach one of Canada's most famous freshwater playgrounds, Georgian Bay and Lake Huron, the expedition toys start coming out of their hangar. A Zodiac tour takes us up close to the iconic granite and white pine shoreline, where we eased into secluded inlets to practice identifying bird calls. We go from quiet coves to top speeds on special operations boats, straight out of an action movie. They allow us to go farther, faster, and tour the shores of the largest lake island in the world, Manitoulin Island. Then we plunge into the green depths of Lake Huron in one of the 2 6-person submersibles that dive into the lake to a maximum depth of 300 meters, giving us a real sense of what it's like under the surface of the waves. So we didn't see much today, not even a whitefish we might have for our lunch, but it's a really great experience just to be in a submarine. And in Lake Superior, kayaks let us get up close to one of the region's most famous formations. It's called the Sea Lion, but to me looks much more like a seahorse. Can you kayak right under it? On our own, on the surface of the water, in a vessel with no engine, we can really get close to nature and paddle even closer to the shore, the rocks, the trees, and absorb all the natural beauty surrounding us. The expedition toys aren't the only way to appreciate the wonders and scenery of the Great Lakes from the Viking Octantis. My favorite onboard scenic vantage point is from the indoor spa pool, a pool with a view. And nearly everyone on the ship gathers at the bow for the best seat in the house for our transit through the Soo Locks, the so-called linchpin of the Great Lakes, an engineering marvel on the border between the US and Canada that takes us from Lake Huron into Lake Superior. At our final port, Thunder Bay, the westernmost port on the Great Lakes in Canada, we step back in time to early fur trading, and indigenous history. Fort William Historical Site's a time capsule from over 2 centuries ago. At the replica of an indigenous encampment, we learned how Europeans not only traded fur, but gained knowledge and survival skills from local Ojibwe. And I do some role-playing, trading in my imaginary winter's worth of furs for a new musket and ammunition.
Fire! There we go.
I think we got the chimney. I think we're eating chimney for dinner tonight.
8 days and hundreds of new experiences and memories. Even if you thought you knew the Great Lakes, a Viking Great Lakes expedition cruise reveals a whole new side of the vast destination that's right in your backyard.